All right. Well, Ernie, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate your time, and wanted to
Thank you
get
for having me.
yeah, absolutely. I wanted to get your thoughts in terms of just why you came to see us. How that care has benefited you over time, and why you're recommending us. So starting with that first question, what was the main reason that you sought out Dr. Ace and Regenerate Health, and was there any reason in particular that you looked or found Dr. Ace and said, "Yep, that's the person I want to go see"?
I've got some friends that have benefited from this approach, and it was intriguing enough for me to research it. Came across Dr. Ace, made my calls, made the appointment, and basically haven't looked back. You know, gotten sideways at times with various things in life, but being able to get back on the rails and have no regrets. This has been a pleasant journey, and I'm not a kid anymore, and I don't like to waste my time too much. I do enjoy life, but I mean, it's just been a pleasant journey so far.
What do you think was the biggest aspect, from that initial consultation that really, struck you as, hey, this is something different. This is there's something good here.
Well, for me, it has to do with looking inward, and you know, um, at the time, um, just really open to a different approach than I had, well, at least what I've grown up with. Yeah, and being that it's non-traditional really attracted me because it's allowing my body to heal on its own without looking any further. And I like that approach. I've had to make a lot of adjustments, and I'm very um, pleased with those. And I just am very confident. The further this goes, the better I'm going to become because I just feel so strongly about that.
Right. And you talk about continuing on that journey. And is that how you view it in terms of, it's not a quick fix. This is really a journey. This is a long-term, aspect of life that, needs to, certain things had to change, like you said. And, definitely a lot of us like to have fun in life, and that's okay. But
Right.
understanding where those things lead over time, did that kind of, after had your consultations with Dr. Ace, did that sort of, make you understand, okay, those things are there and I can have those things happen. But if I were to let those things continue to go, I know where the end result of that is. And so did that really, in terms of kind of leading into my next question, how has
Mhm.
that benefited you based on that initial, thought process of, okay, maybe things need to change. I can still have fun in my life, but, you know, the long-term aspects of things, it's this journey, it is a journey and it's going to
Mhm.
take a while to get there.
Well, well put. And I would add that for me, it's become something I want to achieve. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with anything that I've done. It's just things that will rock you in life in general. And, sometimes it can be very stressful, hurtful, and it's just part of life. But not having to, or at least recognizing things as they pop up and not over consuming food because I'll have a tendency to do that at times because I love food. But I've taken in what Dr. Ace has recommended and going back to that and not punishing myself because I've had to deal with things that I would rather not have to deal with, but getting through them. And she's given me the openness and the mindset that if it gets off the rails for any reason, to get back on. Um, I hope I answered that okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's, it's cool to see in terms of the things that people take away from, her conversations and consultations. And, yeah, nobody's perfect,
Right.
right? And, making changes that you've been doing for a long time is very hard. But I think it's a testament, right, to how powerful it is, you know, when those recommendations are, taken into consideration and actually, done, you see the progress, right? And you've
Right.
been a
Right.
factor of that progress over
Right.
over time, and you continue to be. Um, so does that sound about right?
It sounds correct. I think it's been about a year now, or a little over, perhaps. And but it's nothing like having a desire to be taught or asking for help, because basically this was a plea for help and seeking her out. And that's what I'm truly grateful for, because all the answers are there, from the blood work to, her wording of things, and, but being very honest in her approach. It just resonated with me rather well. So I'm very fortunate for that, so
Awesome. And
yeah.
would you agree that you're the one, the things are there, right? She gives the recommendations, and you are the person, and you are the one that can make that change. You're not
Hmm.
looking to the doctor to say, "Hey, fix me." You're
No.
looking to the doctor to say, "Hey, educate me and
Right.
let me figure this out on my own, and let's make the changes because I'm the one that actually has to do the things that you're asking."
Right. She's given me plenty of latitude, and that's appreciated, because there's a lot of things that I've had to shed. And having said that, that's something that's taken a little longer than I'd like. But when you're dealing with family and life, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. So really, the last question is, what would you, obviously, or why would you recommend Dr. Ace? And what's special about the way that we do things here at Regenerate Health to you, in your own words? What's special about it, and why would you recommend Dr. Ace?
It's special to me because I feel like it's provided me with an inner peace to accomplish what we have set out to do. You only get one shot at this life, and sometimes we can get into a gumbo of things where we take on matters that we're never going to make a difference in. But when you empower yourself with the help of Dr. Ace and the methods, it's relieving to know that it's one day at a time, and I don't have to take the world on. Whether it be family, economic reasons, whatever. It still boils down to one day at a time, and there's a peace in that, because I don't have to. Yesterday's dead and gone. Tomorrow's not here. I'm in the now. So that's peaceful for me.
That's great. And I know you mentioned, talking about, we see you around town because you live here in Santa Barbara,
Right.
and that small community aspect, and maybe just address how that also plays into it, and if it does, maybe it doesn't, but how does that that sort of
Oh, I think you
community
get my point when we've run across each other, and it's just a mindset that brings it back to that peace place where we're all in this together as a family, so to speak. And without that, I don't think you could be open to change, because in seeing yourself, Dr. Ace, Tamina, it's inspirational. Okay, it brings you back to that peace place. It's one day at a time. It's in that moment, but it's a pleasurable experience, is what I'm getting at.
right?
And I guess that says it all.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
that's great, and I love hearing your enthusiasm for it, because I think that you're probably one of the favorite people that come in here, and I know Tamina, our front desk staff really enjoys that quality interaction with people, because I
Sure.
think that's really important.
Sure.
So I hope to see you soon, And,
Yes.
you know, thank you for taking a few minutes of your day to just kind of
Thank you for having me.
give us your perspective, because it really helps. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people out there that are probably feeling the same way, and are looking for an alternative and just haven't found it. So
Right.
I'll give you the last word, and anything you want to say to anybody else is looking for a change.
Um, First of all, bring your openness, and then once you enter in, just stay the course. There's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, but luckily for me, there's more good than bad. Just roll with the changes.
Awesome. Well, we'll leave it at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And Ernie, thank you again. And
You're welcome.
I will see you soon, my friend.
We will. Bye bye.
All right. Take care.